On a stormy night, a young woman quietly sneaks up to the steps of an orphanage. She's holding a baby bundled in a blanket. Without saying a word, she sets the child down, knocks on the door, and disappears into the rain. The caretaker, a kind woman named Mildred, answers and finds the abandoned infant. That little boy will grow up to be our protagonist, Louis. Fast forward 12 years, Louis has become a curious and brilliant kid. While the other children play baseball or daydream about being adopted, Louis spends his time tinkering with inventions. He shares a room with his sleepy roommate, Michael Goobian, who loves baseball more than anything. Unfortunately for Goob, Louis's late-night inventing keeps him awake most of the time. Louis's latest dream is to be adopted, but things never seem to go his way. When a potential couple visits the orphanage to meet him, he nervously demonstrates his newest creation, a machine that makes peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. At first, it looks promising, but the machine malfunctions, spraying sticky goo everywhere. To make matters worse, the man is allergic to peanuts, and his face swells up in a comical but scary way, until his wife injects him with medicine. Horrified, the couple runs off, leaving Louis rejected yet again. Disheartened, Louis climbs to the orphanage roof to be alone. Mildred follows, and tries to reassure him, but Louis believes even his birth mother didn't want him. She gently tells him maybe she loved him, but couldn't provide a home. That small spark of hope inspires Louis. If he can't find his mother in the world, maybe he can find her in his own memories. So he begins designing a memory scanner, a machine capable of replaying moments from the human brain. His endless late nights of work pay off. Louis earns a spot in the school's science fair, but his focus on the invention means poor Goob has been losing sleep, and during his crucial baseball game, exhaustion causes him to miss the winning catch. His team loses, and everyone blames him. This small failure will change Goob's life forever. At the science fair, Louis brings his memory scanner, hoping it will finally prove his worth. But before he can present, a strange kid named Wilbur Robinson appears, claiming to be a time cop from the future. Wilbur warns Louis about a dangerous man wearing a bowler hat. Louis doesn't buy the story, but he plays along. As Louis sets up his invention, a mysterious shadow lurks nearby, the bowler hat guy. His hat, a mechanical device named Doris, sneaks into the scanner and sabotages it. When Louis demonstrates the machine, sparks fly, chaos erupts, and the fair is ruined, complete with exploding volcano projects, ants on the loose, and sprinklers drenching everyone. Louis, heartbroken, abandons his invention. Meanwhile, the bowler hat guy steals the damaged memory scanner, planning to use it for his own twisted goals. Back at the orphanage, Louis rips apart his notes in frustration, but Wilbur shows up again, insisting he fix the scanner. To prove he's really from the future, Wilbur drags Louis into an invisible vehicle, revealed to be a sleek time machine. Despite Louis' protests, the two take off and soar across the timeline, landing in a dazzling future city. The future is breathtaking: floating bubble transport, towering skyscrapers that build themselves, and gadgets straight out of a sci-fi dream. Louis is awestruck and wants to use the time machine to meet his birth mother. But Wilbur insists he first repair the memory scanner and stop the bowler hat guy. Their fight over the controls causes the time machine to crash in a grassy field, breaking the steering mechanism. Reluctantly, they drag the damaged ship back to Wilbur's home. But Wilbur warns Louis to stay hidden from his eccentric family, the Robinsons, until the time machine is fixed. To disguise him, Wilbur plops a fruit hat on Louis's head. Of course, things don't go as planned. Louis is swept into the heart of the Robinson household. The Robinsons are wild, creative, and quirky beyond belief. There's Uncle Art, a superhero-style pizza delivery man, Grandpa Bud, who wears his clothes backward and searches for misplaced teeth, Cousin Laszlo, an artist experimenting with puppets, and Aunt Billy, who trains frogs to sing opera. The chaos of the house overwhelms Louis, but also fascinates him. Unlike anyone else he's known, this family embraces failure as part of life's journey. At dinner, Louis witnesses a food fight turned full-scale battle, followed by more inventions that hilariously malfunction. Instead of scolding, the Robinsons cheer and celebrate failure, repeating the family motto, "Keep moving forward." For the first time in his life, Louis feels like he belongs somewhere, but just as he starts to feel at home, danger arrives. The bowler hat guy, aided by Doris, unleashes a T-Rex controlled by a mind hat. The dinosaur storms the house and nearly eats Louis, but thanks to teamwork and the T-Rex's famously tiny arms, the Robinsons defeat it. Louis' quick thinking even saves Wilbur, earning him the family's admiration. Touched by his bravery, Wilbur's mother Franny suggests adopting Louis. Overwhelmed, Louis almost calls her mom, but then Wilbur reveals the truth. Louis is actually Cornelius Robinson, the future founder of the family itself. Shocked and saddened, the Robinsons realize Louis must return to his own time. Feeling betrayed, Louis storms off, only to be intercepted by the bowler hat guy. The villain promises to reunite Louis with his mother, if Louis will fix the memory scanner. Desperate, Lewis agrees. In a dimly lit building, he repairs the invention, but the bowler hat guy reveals his true motives. Turning on the lights, the man unveils a shocking truth. He is Goob, Lewis's old roommate, all grown up. His childhood grudge over that lost baseball game consumed his life. He was never adopted, never happy, and he blamed everything on Lewis. Twisted by bitterness, Goob allied with Doris, a failed invention of Lewis himself. Originally, Doris was meant to be a helper hat, but her AI grew sinister, seeking to enslave humanity. Though disabled in Lewis's future, Doris escaped, found Goob, and manipulated his hatred. Together, they stole Wilbur's time machine, traveled back, and set their plan into motion, ruin Lewis's life and claim the memory scanner as their own. Lewis pleads with Goob, telling him he let one bad moment define his entire life, but Goob refuses to listen. He takes the repaired scanner back to the past and sells it to Invenco, passing it off as his own creation. Doris quickly mass-produces herself, enslaving humanity. The timeline collapses, and a terrifying dystopian future ruled by robot hats replaces the bright city Lewis had seen. Captured and chased by endless hats, Lewis narrowly escapes in the second time machine. He realizes only one solution remains: he must stop Doris from ever being created. Lewis arrives just in time, at the moment Goob is about to finalize the deal with Invenco. Bursting into the room, Lewis warns him that Doris never cared about him. True enough, Doris turns on Goob, revealing she planned to betray him all along. Lewis boldly declares he will never invent her, erasing her from existence instantly. With Doris gone, the dystopian future disappears. Wilbur reappears, his timeline restored, and the Robinson family is freed from control. Goob, left behind and humiliated, flees in shame. Lewis doesn't hate him, though he hopes one day Goob will choose a better path. Soon after, Lewis finally meets his future self, Cornelius Robinson, now a successful inventor and father. Cornelius shows young Lewis the laboratory he will one day build, filled with his creations, including the humble memory scanner. He reassures his younger self, failure is part of success. The only real secret is to keep moving forward. Still curious about his birth mother, Lewis asks if he'll ever meet her. Cornelius gently replies that the choice must be his. With that, Lewis is sent back in time to the orphanage. He witnesses his mother leaving him on the doorstep, but decides not to approach her. Instead, he quietly knocks, ensuring baby Lewis is found by Mildred, accepting that his real family lies in the future. Back in the present, Lewis takes one last detour. He wakes Goob at his baseball game, helping him make the winning catch and rewriting his tragic fate. Then, at the science fair, Lewis demonstrates his fully functioning memory scanner. The volunteer, a woman named Lucille, relives her wedding day on the machine. She and her husband Bud are so impressed that they adopt Lewis on the spot. Lucille and Bud give him a new name, Cornelius Robinson. As he hugs his new parents and steps into his new home, Lewis finally has the family he always dreamed of, and the bright future we've already seen is set in motion. And so, the story ends where it began, with a lonely boy who thought no one wanted him, but who discovered that his greatest invention wasn't a machine, but a future built on love, resilience and the courage to keep moving forward.